Good Monday morning, meaties. How's everybody doing? Shout out to Dingle Schwartz for being the first in the chat. And I see lots of people asking why JoJo Siwa is in the thumbnail. She's in a horror movie, apparently. And we're going to watch the trailer for that in a little bit. I didn't know about this, but Ben, who is our brand manager and producer, has been talking about this for a while. And apparently there's a trailer for a horror movie with JoJo Siwa. So we're gonna watch that in a little bit. Hope everyone's doing okay. Bit of a wild weekend, so just hope everyone's doing okay. I'm quiet. Am I quiet? I don't know if I can make it much louder. I don't know if I can. I'm maxed out. I'm maxed out. Other than personal projection, so hopefully this is okay. Before we get started, mug of the day. I mean, it's a go-to. It's a go-to. Beleg. Oh man, how old is Beleg Day now? Is that like, are we coming up on a decade of Beleg Day? No, it can't be that old, can it? It's definitely pre-pandemic. All My Friends Are Dead. We are going to be watching that trailer as well. That's not the JoJo Siwa film, however. But let's get into it. All right. There's a lot of horror news today. I even had to remove some items from the list. Sorry, Ben. Sorry in advance. But like decade. Nice, Jordan. All right. First up, in the continuing series of When Does Mike Flanagan Sleep, the man is now launching a podcast, Director's Commentary. This is part of the Spectre Vision Radio Podcast Network. Spectre Vision is a company co-owned by Elijah Wood, who's awesome. I believe they had a hand in Come to Daddy, which has a kill count from a few years ago. Mike Flanagan will be hosting a new podcast called Director's Commentary, where he will talk to a filmmaker in each episode and then do a commentary track for one of the films. Just a real-time watch-along. And that is what he's going to be doing with the first episode. Radio Silences, Matt Bettinelli Open, and Tyler Gillette, which they're going to be watching Ready or Not. So it will be available on Spotify, Apple, wherever you find your podcasts. I don't know if it's out right now already, but again, how the fuck does this guy... I don't understand this man. He's working on an Exorcist film, and now he's going to be doing a podcast too, after just years and years of non-stop stuff. This is a cool logo too. I really like it. So, great stuff. I'm sure it'll be excellent. And in other Mike Flanagan news, he wrote one of the new segments on an upcoming VHS film. We are looking at the Beleg Day Was a Decade Ago. Thank you, Neutral Man 91. Appreciate that. He wrote one of the new segments on what will be the 7th VHS installment. The VHS series still going strong after returning a few years ago. And what I really like about this announcement that they just did with the new VHS film is that they are moving in a different direction with this next one, because they had VHS 1, 2, and Viral. And Viral, I haven't seen, but apparently was bad enough to kind of shelve the series for a while. But a few years ago, they came back with VHS 94, and then they had 85 and 99 as well. And I've enjoyed those three films. As with all anthology films, you have some that you like and some that you don't, as far as the segments go. But I enjoyed that those 3 films and that VHS trilogy were based around specific years. And I wasn't sure if they were going to keep doing that, but I'm really happy because, like, you'd run out of years eventually, you know? So it's great that they're moving in a different direction with VHS Beyond. It's going to be kind of sci-fi-ish, and a lot of cool people doing stuff here. Mike Flanagan wrote the segment that Kate Siegel is directing in her directorial debut, which is awesome. Kate Siegel is often in Mike's work as an actress. She is Mike's wife. We interviewed her on Scream Dreams, so check that out if you're into interview podcasts. And she's making her directorial debut. I remember she was talking to us about this, but we couldn't talk about it in the show, in the Scream Dreams episode, just because we weren't sure when the news was going to break. But ironically, I guess not ironically, coincidentally, the news broke on the same day that our episode came out, so that's cool. Other people making segments in VHS include Justin Long and his brother Christian, and then that name up there, Jordan Downey, you recognize that? That motherfucker made Thanksgiving. So he's got a VHS segment coming out. Good for him. I'm happy for him. Zoran always speaks highly of his Critters fan film that he did. So, yes, he did do Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving 3. But he's also a great sport when it comes to us always talking shit about those movies. So I'm happy for him, and I wish him the best in this VHS film, VHS Beyond, which will come out in October. So just add it to the pile of great horror movies coming out this year, or at least highly anticipated horror films. Can't judge its quality before it comes out. All right, Insidious is coming to Halloween Horror Nights. Insidious is a film franchise that I know nothing about. I've seen the first film a couple of times, and I've never seen any of the sequels, and I don't know anything about it. So it was funny, I was reading the details of this haunted house, Insidious the Further, and yes, of course that means coming face to face with the red-faced demon. I know that guy, Darth Maul. Keyface, Bride in Black, and the Man Who Can't Breathe. Those are real names of characters in this series. Reading it, that felt like it blew my mind, because like I've definitely never heard of the Man Who Can't Breathe. I think I've heard of Keyface. I've never heard of the Man Who Can't Breathe. So pretty funny to me just reading this and being like, oh, it's, you know, horror is my job, and yet it's impossible to know everything. So it's funny to just read these things in your blind spots and be like, oh, that's a whole ass world out there that I just don't know anything about. So that's fun. But yes, that will be a Halloween Horror Nights haunted house. Oh, I should group this with the Flanagan stuff, just because Flanagan's always doing Stephen King adaptations. But Stephen King, he's writing. He's still writing. That guy's never going to stop writing until he's 6 feet under, and even then, who fucking knows? I purchased his latest book, a collection of short stories called You Like It Darker. Apparently it's a straight up banger, but I haven't read it yet. I'm working. I finished, what book did I finish? I did Stinger, which was an older book. And then I started working on a City of Quartz, which is an in-depth history of Los Angeles. I needed a break from horror novels. I read like 3 or 4 in a row, and I was like, I need to read something else. So I started reading about a in-depth history of Los Angeles. We'll see if I make it through it. I'm like 50 pages into like 400-page book. It's a lot of information, but it's pretty interesting. So I will see if I can get through City of Quartz. Oh no, I read it was by Stephen Graham Jones. Oh fuck, I forget the name of it, but I enjoyed it. It was the first part of a trilogy, but that's the one that I just read. But King will have more for us. And he's also considering writing another follow-up to The Talisman, which I haven't read yet, but he co-wrote with Peter Straub, who recently passed away, and I read his book Julia recently, so. It wasn't No Good Indians. My Heart is a Chainsaw. That's right. I read My Heart is a Chainsaw. It was okay. I enjoyed it enough. It wasn't my favorite thing. It was a little bit of a clunky prose, but that was also my first Stephen Graham Jones novel. And people said that like he kind of writes that way. That you kind of gotta get used to his rhythm. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can do some book talk reviews sometime of the stuff that I've been reading, just because. Big recommendation for Bunny and The Return. Those were both super enjoyable. and I'd love to talk about them a little bit to people who might be interested. Nintendo teased a cryptic new horror game for the Switch, an M-rated game for Nintendo. That's pretty rare. And something to do with the Smiling Man, perhaps. It could be titled The Smiling Man. Got this little feller. Hashtag who is Emio. I don't know. I'll check out a Switch game that some intrigued fans even noted similarities to Skinamarink. I'll be honest though. I always root for Nintendo systems. I think the Switch is an awful system. I think the handheld thing is really cool, the mobile aspect of it, but there are so many different things about the Switch that every time I go to play it, I get real frustrated. I've been saying for years that the Switch is a stupid system, and we had friends over for 4th of July, and we wanted to go play, I think it was Mario Party, and we had this huge issue trying to sync up controllers, and then there were like max amount of controllers paired, and then you had to like connect the controllers to the system in order for it to sync, and then if your Switch runs out of batteries, you know, if the charge dies, you can't play it while it's charging, which has always been a long-standing complaint of mine. But as we were trying to set this game up and play a game, and it was taking 3 of us trying to fucking hook it up, I was like, this fucking sucks. And finally, everyone agreed with me. Yes, the Switch has so many problems. It's not easy to plug and play. It's so fucking annoying. The worst thing is that when it dies, you can't play it while it's charging. You've always been able to play the Switch while charging? No, you can't. That's a lie. That's a lie. If your Switch is dead and you put it in the little dock and you try to play it, you can't. You gotta wait for it to get some kind of charge to it. It's bullshit. Don't lie to me. It's a bad system. I mean, you can't for like 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes while you're waiting to play a game. Ash, maybe you have the Switch Lite. Did you get the Switch when it first came out? I did. Okay, well, I don't usually let my Switch die all the way. Well, that's great for you, Ash. Some of us, we're fucking extreme, all right? We game until our fingers fall off and the charge is gone. And we're little skeletons trying to play our fucking Mario Party or Mario Kart. And then the charge dies, and then next time you go to play it, it's dead, and you can't play it, you gotta wait. And us extreme gamers don't like waiting. We like to play when we want to play. God damn it. It's awful. It's a stupid fucking system. Melissa Barrera is going to be in a new horror romance called Your Monster. I wish it the best. I love Melissa. Fantastic person in real life. One time, cornhole partner with me. I really let her down. We lost that match. It'll be coming out in theaters, which is nuts to me because this is the first time I'm hearing about it. But it's coming out in theaters late October. It's kind of a crowded October this year, and it's a horror romance. The last one that we had, one of those, was Lisa Frankenstein. That really underperformed, so I wish this the best. It's like a Beauty and the Beast film. I don't know Tommy Dewey, who is her Beast equivalent in this, but Megan Fahey, she was in White Lotus Season 2 and was phenomenal. She was fantastic. So, I'm sure this will be good. Who's making it? Does it say producers include writer, director, anything? I don't see that. But, you know, check it out when it comes out. Let's try to check it out. Who was she in White Lotus? She was the Cameron's wife. She was like kind of the redhead who had her shitty husband, but like kind of put up with it. It's written directed by Carolyn Lindy. Thank you, Ben. Hell House LLC is gonna continue. Director Stephen Cognetti is making a 5th film. It'll release on Shudder, I believe in 2025. Yes, October of 2025. So I enjoyed Carmichael Manor. I thought it was fun. And this one will be called the Hell House LLC Lineage. So more of this scary fucking clown. I think that's all we got right now. There is some kind of like little teaser trailer, but we're short on time, so we're not going to watch it. But I love the first Hell House. I haven't seen the 2 sequels, and I enjoyed Carmichael. Yes, Snow and Blood. There is a 4th movie called Carmichael Manor. We have erroneously called it a prequel before. It is not a prequel. It does take place chronologically after the other sequels. It just kind of delves into the history of some of the stuff that's been featured in the series. But yes, I have also only seen 1 and 4, Owen Felton. Is Dead Meat gonna try and make a short for a future VHS? That'd be real cool. That'd be real cool. We have had that idea, but you know, we've got to prove ourselves narratively first, I would say. Yeah, they're not just gonna let anyone. We're not just gonna be like, hey, let's do that. And they're not gonna be like, okay, we got to prove ourselves first, which is fair, and then we got to find the time to prove ourselves. So we'll work on it. Final Conjuring movie, maybe, sets fall 2025 release. What is described as the send-off for the main storyline. Okay, Conjuring 5. Or no, I'm sorry, 4 is the untitled 4th Conjuring movie, being billed as the finale for the main set of films. You always got those spin-offs. You got your Annabelles, you got your Nuns. Speaking of which, the director of this, Michael Chavez, directed The Nun 2, which I didn't see. Sorry, Bonnie. But I forget how that one was received. But, I mean, the Conjuring movies are huge. They make bank. The franchise has grossed more than $2 billion globally. That's with its spin-off movies, but holy fucking shit. This is like that mainstream horror shit, man. This shit is what the casuals see. This is the kind of shit that reaches everyone. And they're like, oh, I know The Conjuring. So, which is funny because I'm really not that familiar with it. I've seen the main 3 films like once each. I've probably seen the first one a few more times than that. The PG-13 rating really helps them. You're right, Trunks. And that first one is legit scary, especially for a PG-13 film. You know, you say that for a PG-13 film, but like The Ring is PG-13. That fucking thing is scary. That thing scarred a generation. So, we will see how the final Conjuring movie pans out. Godzilla Minus One is coming to 4K Blu-ray. Pick it up if you want to see an awesome fucking movie. It'll also feature the black and white version, Godzilla Minus Color. Don't expect a kill count on this, though. Not only is the citywide destruction, and I know that they're like, 20,000 people or whatever died. Not an exact number. I would still use it, but more so when it comes to the foreign films, it's really copyright claims can get really hairy. Never forget that one of our only 2 copyright strikes that we've ever had on the channel was from Train to Busan, and we had to call over to Korea for weeks and try to figure that out. So yes, exactly, Aurora knows. As I said it, they also said remember Train to Busan. So yep, I wouldn't count on a kill count for these, but it looks like it's fucking jam-packed with features and extras. So 4 discs, good stuff. Grab this if you want to. It's good. Sam Raimi is returning to the genre. He last directed the Doctor Strange and in the Multiverse of Madness film, which almost made $1 billion, but was kind of divisive in its reception. I would say it was poorly received. It was at the time, but I think then retrospectively, compared to stuff that came after it, people are probably more like, I guess it was all right. Or maybe you still don't like it. Chelsea and I watched it. We thought it was fine. It was whatever. We had no context. We had never seen the first Doctor Strange when we watched it. There's a commentary track. That's why we did it. It's on Patreon. You can hear us watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness with Gressel, our housemate, who is more familiar with the Marvel franchise, but we thought it was, what the fuck ever. But he is he is directing and producing a horror thriller called Send Help. So that'll be cool. Getting him back on there, described as a 2-hander on an island. 2-hander just means basically just 2 characters. Think The Lighthouse. So the story is said to fall somewhere between Misery and Castaway. Okay. Cool. And it's written by Damien Shannon and Mark Swift, who wrote Baywatch. They also wrote the Friday the 13th reboot in 2009 and Freddy vs. Jason in 2003. So, little older movies now, you know. The Freddy vs. Jason over 20 years old now, but both pretty solid horror films. And with Raimi directing, I'm hoping for the best. This is fun. Terrifier 3, 2 more cast members announced. Clint Howard, the Ice Cream Man, which is great, and Chrissy Fox, who is my personal friend. She's great. I love her. Her husband, Spider-1, who is from Power Man 5000, also a filmmaker. Chrissy, a filmmaker herself, constantly making indie projects. We're talking like, I forget their budgets, well under $1 million, and I think like well under like 500,000 too. They make indie fucking films, and it's awesome. They never stop working. I'm super proud of them, and they're joining the Terrifier 3 cast, so just gonna be more fun stuff. They joined the returning cast that includes Lauren Rivera, Samantha Scafidi, Elliot Fulham, and Chris Jericho, and then Daniel Roebuck, who is a Rob Zombie regular, is debuting as Santa Claus. What was this, fucking American Horror Story season? And we're gonna see Tom Savini on screen, as well as Jason Patric from The Lost Boys. So, Terrifier 3, October 11th, 2024. Oh, and Bobby from Scary... Oh, you're right, John Abrahams from House of Wax and Scary Movie. Bobby from Scary Movie. He puts ketchup on his spaghetti, just like his mom does. Here's a game that's coming out. I'm just gonna kind of rush through this one. El Paso Elsewhere is coming to PlayStation 5 this September. Also, I think that Poppy's Playtime game is coming to Xbox Friday. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Moving past that, Shelley Duvall unfortunately passed away at the age of 75. She was, of course, for us, best known for The Shining, but for kids of a certain generation, older than mine, she would be known for her children's programming, for which she won a Daytime Emmy Award. It was a nomination, but there's a fun compilation video of her introducing herself on that show. Hi, I'm Shelley Duvall. Just did a lot, especially in the 70s, worked with Robert Altman, who's a big-time director, and, you know, she was in Popeye. She was in lots of stuff and will live on forever through her work in The Shining, which, of course, very rudely got a Razzie nomination in the first Razzie Awards, even though her performance is integral to that film and is such a big part of why that movie's successful, I think, and so memorable. And of course, it was a stressful production for her with Stanley Kubrick. His intense directing style, borderline or perhaps full-on abusive techniques really falling squarely on her shoulders for a lot of it. So, just an unfortunate situation that she had, but her work is phenomenal. It'll stand up for forever. We'll always have it, and I hope that it was a generally peaceful passing. So, R.I.P. Shelley Duvall. I haven't talked about the Mia Goth lawsuit, I don't think, on any of these streams. But Mia Goth, I may have when it first came up, but she is being sued by someone who was an extra on Maxine. And kind of the reason I haven't brought it up is just because, I'm kind of letting it... I did back in January when it first happened, but I haven't been bringing it up as, like, tiny little things bubble up. But that's mostly because I've been waiting to hear more about the lawsuit, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. I don't think we have enough information here. James Hunter, this background actor, alleged that she kicked him in the head on set of Maxine. I don't think he has much corroboration in the form of other people. I do think he, he went to the doctors and they said that he submitted that, medical, background for this. But I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Not only is it, an active litigation, but people online have kind of looked into the details of this, and I've just seen a lot of people think that it's a little, I don't want to say sus, but just it seems some things don't necessarily line up with what people are familiar with in terms of how sets are run, the use of bathrooms between extras and the lead actors, something about him writing this information down on a call sheet that an extra probably wouldn't have gotten. He also has been he scammed students, scamming several students sentenced to jail probation. So I don't know, man. I really love Mia Goth's work. Obviously, we think she's a phenomenal actress. That doesn't necessarily make her innocent of anything. And if this were to have happened for real, I hope that justice occurs. But I don't know. So I think it's just we'll wait and see what the court system determines, which of course is also not a perfect system, but it's all we got. So we'll see what happens. I hope it's not true. I hope that Mia Goth is not someone who would kick someone in the head and then say that they're a big baby and taunt and mock them. I hope that's not true. If it is, then I hope that the appropriate action is taken. That's all I can say about that. That's all we got for news. We got a few trailers for us. All My Friends Are Dead, Consumed, The Substance, and The Platform 2, all 2 minutes or less. So let's check these out while I mute the lo-fi playlist. All right. And that's another good point, Vicky. People on set might, if it did occur, other people on set might not want to corroborate if they don't want to risk future work. That's a possibility, I'm not sure. But who knows? Hopefully, it sucks that there's not, it sucks that you just can never know things objectively sometimes. But all right, let's do this trailer. All My Friends Are Dead. Oh, wait, is this the JoJo movie? I thought that her movie was... Consumed. Oh, Devon Sawa, not JoJo Siwa. Ha, my bad. Okay, All My Friends Are Dead is the JoJo Siwa movie. Let's check it out. Let's see what JoJo's got in store for us, baby. Everyone why is JoJo in the fucking thumbnail? This is why. We're about to find out right now.
Start with a cute pic. Fucking cute. Yes. Kind of what's trending.
Make out.
Got it.
It looked like a Katy Perry video for a second.
Okay, ready? Now say fake as post. Fake as post.
Bunch of youths, a festival, drugs, bikinis. Seems fun.
Jealous.
Got some sex going on, great. Got some kills going on, seems like a horror movie.
Okay.
Where's JoJo? Oh, some blood puke. Okay, I don't know. I'm pregnant Bella. What? What's going on here?
Oh, and remember, if you get stabbed, don't post anything about it. Victims are so played out.
Oh. There's... Was she a killer? I won't agree that it seems like a Bodies ripoff, but I will say I thought of Bodies just because it's, young kids having a party and then people start dying. It seems very Gen Z-ish. Anyone who's upset about that, has to realize that we're living in a world where Gen Z is becoming full-fledged adults. They are well into their 20s, and that media is going to be tailoring to that now. Just like Scream and other slashers of that era probably felt very Gen X to the people who were adults at that time. So that's what's going to happen, because that's how culture works. And that's okay. I don't know. Who knows? This could be good. I don't know. It's just fucking, how can I judge a movie by a trailer, dude? The person who made this trailer didn't even work on the movie. That's not how that works. I think it could be fun. Honestly, thought more of The Tripper, said Oscar de Paz. Ooh, okay. But yeah, it seems, influencers, or at least social media. I still want to write an article for Fangoria about influencer horror, which would not include Bodies. Those aren't influencers. Just because social media is involved doesn't mean they're influencers. Influencers have a following, or like trying to have a big following. They're not just people posting to their social media. But I have lots to say about the influencer subgenre. I don't know if this is one of them. It seems like it, because they seem to have like a manager guy at the end here. This dude who's saying like, oh, victims are so played out. Oh, what? Again. I don't know what to think about that. It seems like they have followers as they're streaming. You're right. Bodies did have a podcaster, and that's hard work.
Oh, and remember, if you get stabbed, don't post anything about it. Victims are so played.
Yes, Super Agent Rick. Yeah, okay, so this probably is influencers. All right. More in the influencer subgenre, which, yes, definitely would include Spree, Michael, our social media coordinator, Michael. Yeah, Spree, Superhost, I think Dashcam, she was like doing that, right? The movie Influencer, of course. I have a list. I just can't think of them right now. Cam. I don't know if that's the same, because that's a sex worker. I wouldn't say sex workers, like people with OnlyFans, are necessarily influencers, Deadstream, for sure. Deadstream, 1,000% is 1,000% what I'm talking about, because it's a influencer. They often have been disgraced and have to kind of redeem themselves. Model House. I did watch Model House. I guess that would be included as well. Yeah. I'd love to do something about the subgenre. So many of them are very good movies. I haven't seen Chad Gets the Axe, but it's on my list to check out. No, Late Night with the Devil is not influencer. Neither is We're All Going to the World's Fair. That's more of like a personal, intimate online journey for that character. Oh, Cam. Okay, yeah, Cam could work then. No, Megan is not, because that's not that. Just because it has to do with technology, or like Unfriended would not be, just because it's social media or tech based. That doesn't necessarily have the same storyline or through line as like influencers. Okay, next is Consumed. So this is with Devon Sawa, who is seeking revenge and a skin-stealing... he's a madman seeking revenge, and there's also a skin-stealing monster, and a married couple must find the strength to fight and make it out of the woods alive. Great.
What do you think?
I think you have outdone yourself. Thank you for this.
Do people really do stuff like that? It seems so nice and sweet, but I can't imagine the effort that it would take. And maybe I'm a bad husband then, but I feel like if Chelsea and I were to go camping, which wouldn't happen because she hates camping, at least tent camping, but I feel like once we got out there and I had that idea of like, I'm going to string this, I'd be like, are we good? And we'd both be like, yeah, no, I think we're good. So I don't know if that's, but if you do, good on you. Then maybe you're just a more spontaneous, creative person than me, and you're sweeter, and I should be a better person who tries harder, and I'm sorry.
Do you think I heard something? What could have done this?
Where's the foot?
bring the beast down on us.
Devin.
What is that thing?
Wendigo.
What the hell is a Wendigo?
Oh, it's a Wendigo story. Okay.
Stories. It possesses people.
Lots of those lately.
Don't look at it in the eyes. If it can see your soul, it can take it.
You're not trapped out here, are you? You're hunting this thing?
You want it? Come get it!
Oh, there's a little creature there.
Don't move.
I'm not seeing a lot of the husband in this movie, in this trailer. I'm assuming that guy gets murked right off the bat. Devin's part in this reminds me of, what was he in, Hunted? Something like that. He's like a little woods guy. He works so much in horror. Good on him. Always finding work, man. All right. Just because time is short, gonna move on quickly. The Substance. What's this? That's a minute. Let's see. Hunter x Hunter. Okay.
Have you
Sorry.
ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Younger, more beautiful, more perfect.
Oh, wait. Oh, absolutely we need to watch this trailer. It's an explosive new film from Coralie Farge, who did Revenge. I fucking love Revenge. And yes, that was Demi Moore. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're watching this for sure. Let me actually back up. And Dennis Quaid, look at that. Jack's dad.
Better version of yourself. Younger, more beautiful, more perfect.
Yes. Oh, I could have found that out very soon. What is this reanimator substance?
Pretty girls should always smile.
Hell yeah, dude. Yes. Fuck yeah. Coming soon when? Not soon enough. Yeah, someone in the comments said, I love when trailers strive for us to feel the vibe and not the actual detailed plot. Fuck yeah, that's how trailers should be. And I love the vibe of this already. Love the colors, love the action, love the music. And yeah, if it's anything like Revenge, I will be set. And set. And seated? I will be seated. That's right, I think. That just reminds me of Revenge. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, I will keep an eye out for more information about this. In theaters in the US on September 19th and 20th. Okay. And coming soon to Turkey and India. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. I can't wait for this. Love it. And the platform 2. Let's watch this real fast. Where can you stream Revenge? I think it's on Shudder. I believe it's on Shudder. I think it was distributed by Shudder, so it should still be there. It's extremely gory. It is a rape revenge movie, but it's my favorite of that genre. It was made by a woman who I think handles that scene the best it can be. But like, her revenge fucking rules, and it's gory as hell, and it's just very actiony. I love it. I fucking love Revenge. It's great. French. Yes, it is French. Okay. Platform 2. Yep, that's me. Bet you're wondering how I got here. kind of forget the rules of the platform because it's been a while since I've seen it. Oh.
¿Qué busca en el hoyo?
Tiempo.
Okay. It'll be on Netflix October 4th. Again, I forget the rules of the platform, but I remember enjoying it. El Hoyo, the Spanish name for the first film. That comes out on October 4th. I know that the platform, the first one, was always a highly requested movie for the kill count, but... Oh yeah, are we done chasing? Are we done chasing algorithm? I mean, I liked the movie. I wouldn't necessarily say it was one of the movies I was most interested in doing a kill count for, but would it be worth it? Netflix movies often have their burn bright for like at least a little bit when they come out. Should I maybe put that on the schedule? I don't know. These are the questions I have. I think probably the movie lined up for that time on our schedule is Slugs. Do we bump Slugs again? Do we just keep bumping Slugs? I want to do the Slugs kill count, but should we do the platform kill count? I don't know, man. It's still a popular film after 4 years. You're right, Amy. I don't know. Anyway, movies coming out this week. Oddity, I haven't seen this yet, but Joe Lynch told me that it was scary. He highly recommended this. So, you got Joe Lynch's recommendation for Oddity, and that comes out this week. I don't know how widely it comes out, but it'll be out. Also coming out, The Vortilac. Anyone who has seen this trailer knows what the fuck is up with this. This movie feels like it came out in the 70s and that you'd see a trailer for it at Alamo Drafthouse, waiting for your movie to start, and you'd be like, what the fuck is this? And the title would come up and you'd Google and it'd be like, what is this French movie from the 70s? It looks insane. It looks very unique and interesting. The Vortilac. It's this guy. It's this fucking guy. Look at his face. Oh, I gotta scroll down for it. I can't scroll down. Okay. All right. Well, you can see the small version of him. Right there. He looks weird. Great. Crumb catcher. I don't know what this is, but this comes out this week as well. Got a little wedding thing going on here. That guy's climbing up there. What's he doing? And then the Hyperborean. Okay. Another movie coming out this week. Check him out. Always horror to watch. Imagine his face. What face exactly? What are you guys doing imagining his face? What is that happening? Imagine his face. Oh, just imagine his face. Imagine this guy's face. Yeah. It's a good one. Okay. Great. Dead Meat News. It's loud. What do we got coming out for it? Okay, so no podcast this week. We were going to try to do like a bonus podcast episode on Long Legs. Couldn't fit it in. There's a lot going on right now, but we will have our Long Legs podcast episode out next week. Seems to be doing well, even without us promoting it. No, we've promoted it, but seems to be doing well enough without a podcast episode. Also, if it comes out next week, it'll give more time for people to see it. So if you weren't able to see it this past weekend, you still have this weekend to check it out before our podcast long form review comes out next week. Hopefully we can make sense of it and tell you what we thought. We've seen it twice. We've taken notes. We still got a lot to kind of interpret. We fucking love it. It's doing real well. It's the highest grossing opening weekend for an original horror film this year. Second only in horror overall to A Quiet Place Day One, which is of course part of an established franchise. And yeah, we love it. Oh yeah, I do still gotta fix the lack of props. I gotta ask Fiona to put them back there because we grabbed them for VidCon, so my apologies. But yes, Long Legs, check it out, and we'll have a podcast review for it next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, no podcast this Wednesday, sorry. This Friday, we have the influencer kill count. Speaking of influencer, like I was talking about earlier, it's what I fucking love influencer. I've mentioned it a lot. We nominated for stuff at the Prime Ribs, and it's a cool movie. It's just a fucking cool movie. So check it out if you haven't. It's on Shudder, and that kill count will be out on Friday. As far as we know, it's all good to go. Content-wise, I think it's been confirmed as good. Hasn't gotten a copyright claim, so we're good. And here's the... Okay. I'm so hesitant to say this because I'm worried it's going to fuck up this. So if you watch the When Evil Lurks kill count, which came out on Friday, you know that we released it uncensored. And in the episode, I say, because again, we record these, long before, and in the episode I say, we're releasing it uncensored. It'd be too much work to try to get it approved by YouTube, and I don't want to butcher the movie that way and just have a blurry mess. So here it is. It is uncensored. It's not age restricted. I don't know how YouTube works. I'm afraid of saying that because now I'm afraid it's gonna go and get age restricted, but it's not right now, which is really good. So that's really cool. So like there's all these comments being like, thanks James for taking a hit for us and releasing this uncensored. I'm like, that was what I thought would happen. Turns out we didn't take a hit for it yet. Yeah, Lisa Frankenstein meanwhile, a PG-13. I don't know how this platform works anymore. I don't know. You ever have a job and you realize you don't know what you're doing with the job, and you're like, oh, I've had this job for 7 years, but I don't know how to do it anymore. That's me. That's this guy. I don't know what is, I don't know. I don't know what the people want to see. I don't know what YouTube wants us to do. I don't know anything anymore. So we'll just do whatever we're doing, I guess. And hope you like it. But, grateful to the YouTube gods for allowing that to happen. Even if it were to get age restricted now, which I hope it doesn't. At least we had our opening weekend with it. I still don't fucking understand. How, of all movies that we're like, we're gonna do this uncensored for the people and it'll get age restricted, and then When Evil Lurks, sure. Everyone check it out. Whatever, man. Great. That's great to hear, though. It's good news, and I'm grateful for it. I hope I didn't just jinx it. After Influencer, I was holding off on saying what we would have next, and I'm glad I did because we had to do a last-minute switch around with the schedule. And now I'm pretty sure we're locked in, so I will announce that after Influencer, we will have the kill count for Late Night with the Devil, baby. I know that some people might be like, I thought you were done checking out new movies and you just wanted to do what you want to do. I do want to do Late Night with the Devil, so 1, there's that. But 2, remember, our kill count schedule, we're working on these episodes like, I think there's like a 6-week ramp at least. Because what did I just watched something last night for the episode that comes out August 23rd. Yeah, so like a 5 or 6 week ramp of like, oh, these things are in motion. This production process is already playing out. So we, don't worry, we got some lesser known, not as new stuff coming up down the line. But right now, Late Night with the Devil after Influencer. And again, that is another movie that's on Shudder, so check it out. That came out this year with David Dastmalchian. Great movie. We've done a podcast episode on it, so check it out. And then, should I say what comes out of that? No, there you go. Those are your last 2 July episodes. Influencer, Late Night with the Devil. Enjoy them. They're good. Okay. Is that all I got? There's a lot going on, guys. I will say, I don't want to give away too much, but this week, I got an acting part. I'm gonna be acting in something. It is a horror movie. It's a smaller part, which I'm fine with. I want to work my way up with this, but and it was written by a filmmaker who I really respect and enjoy their work. So I'm super excited that I'll be filming that this week. I don't know when it will come out. You know, that's what happens with movies, but and I will say I am friends with the person making it, and that's how I got the audition. But I did audition. I did send in a tape, and they chose me for the role. I got it. I'm really excited. I hope I don't let her down. So excited about that. And there's some other cool shit too that I won't say, but we're gonna be involved with a Blu-ray release of a popular horror film. Like, we will be featured in a special feature. I won't say any more details about that, like what movie it is or what we're doing, but that'll come out at some point, and we'll plug the hell out of that when it does. And yeah, just some really exciting stuff that's gonna be happening. So it's cool. It's cool. Chelsea's got some VO stuff lined up too. I don't know. I'm happy about that stuff. So we'll keep plugging away with the kill counts and everything on the channel, but also keep an eye out for other fun stuff. I also added some playlists for Dead Meat Presents for the Horror Survivor episodes and the Horror Royal Rumbles and the Dead Meat Horror Awards, because I know a lot of people use playlists to check out what's happening. So check those out. They're on the channel for Dead Meat Presents. And BL stuff. What is BL? Butt leashes? I don't even know how that would work. Website we're still working on. Pre-game we're still working on. It's hard to get a movie made. Supercuts playlist, maybe. Boy love? Boys love? Boys love? The boys? Boys is almost done. Got one more episode. I'm gonna try to do a little video talking about the boys actors who are in horror movies, but with that filming thing taking up the rest of my week, it's a rough week as far as trying to get work done, but I will try to get them done. The millennial that I am. Okay, Gen Z Michael, what's BL then, dude? What the fuck are you guys talking about, man? I thought it's gay? Okay, I'm getting out of here. For butt lift? I know BBL. You gotta have another B in there. Unless I guess maybe you're not. Maybe do other countries have BLs? It's gay for Japan stuff? What the fuck are you guys talking about? What? I don't even know if you're being sincere, because apparently last week people were feeding me misinformation about Hellboy. People were fucking trolling me. So y'all can fuck off. Bullying me on my live stream that I wake up early every week to do for you. Okay? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of being bullied on my own live stream. I could be sleeping. Molly's in bed, looking real snuggly. So don't talk to me, Hellboy horns, BL butt lifts, bully BL Raphael. Okay, all right. Is Japanese gay love? What the fuck are you? Okay, all right. No, we're done. We're done here. Thanks everyone for tuning in for this, and fuck off. Thanks. Bye. Weirdos, all of you.